to my Hey It's Carly-Rae book club on YouTube. Today I am so excited to do this virtual book review because I think this book may be my favorite book that I have read like ever. It is amazing. I read this book in a day, and I know I say like I read books like, oh, I read them in like a day. This book was like super long, but I could not put it down. The plot, the characters, the setting, everything about this book, oh, and the mystery is phenomenal. And what made it even like more amazing is this is a debut author, meaning this is her first book published ever. And as you guys know, like, I love, like, I'm trying to write a book, so, like, seeing a debut author, like, put out such an amazing work, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could not wait to talk about this book. Now, before I reveal what book we're going to be talking about today on Hey, It's Carly-Rae, you guys need to hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell to be alerted of all the new videos on my channel. So, what book is, like, my favorite book ever? It is, da-da-da-da, Shiver by Allie Reynolds. Here's a close-up of this cover. I cannot wait to dive in and talk about this book. Now, this is a spoiler-free video, so I'm not going to give any spoilers away in this video. We're just going to be talking about Shiver. Now, if you guys have your copy of this book, hit the pause button, go and grab it, and then come back, and let's start talking about all things Shiver and why you guys need to get your hands on this book. So what is Shiver? No, this is not Maggie Stiefvater's novel with werewolves or anything like that. This is a thriller novel. Shiver first caught my eye because, I mean, look at the cover of this book, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need a new thriller book. And just the cover, I was like, okay, I'm just going to get this book. As soon as I read the first chapter, I was like, oh my gosh. And then I got to the second one, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I got to the third, and I was like, okay, I'm hooked. I have to keep reading. Now, this book, I'm going to tell you guys, it centers around the character of Mila, and she is a, like, snowboarder. She tried to be a pro snowboarder. Like, we get different chapters, so we get present day, and then we get 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, Mila was training to compete in like, the British, like, their, snowboarding, like, I guess half pipe, and she was like really good, but she was one of the newer people out there, and so she tried like 10 times harder. But anything she saw anybody do, like, she was committed, and she was like, I'm going to try it. Her biggest competition was Sakia, I think I'm saying her name right, and she was the sister of Curtis, and both of them are like huge names in the snowboarding world. And Mila, they are like all training in this exclusive like French Alp resort, and Mila like worked all the time to save money to go there. And she sees Curtis, and Curtis is like really handsome, and he catches her eye instantly, and she like immediately has this like really big crush on him. But there's also another snowboarder there called Brent, and he has like a lot of sponsors and everything like that, and he is also on Mila's radar. Now, 10 years ago, she chooses one of them. Who does she choose? You guys are gonna have to read this book to find out, but I will say, yeah, I was, you know, like, oh my gosh, but I won't give anything away. So anyway, we go to present day, and they are all back together at this exclusive resort. Now, it's like off season. Now, I'm not a snowboarder or anything like that, but it's off season, meaning like this resort's not open yet, and they go to stay in one of the areas like higher up on the mountain, so it's not in the resort exactly. And when they get there, they immediately know something's wrong. Like, nobody's there. They don't know who invited anyone. That is like a big mystery at the beginning. Everybody like joins back together. So the whole gang in this book is Curtis, then we get Brent, then we get Heather, then we get Dale, and then we get Mila. Now, this is in present day. You guys will have to check out this book to find out where Sakia is, because I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to spoil anything about this book, but they go in present day to this, back to this resort, and they know something's wrong because nobody's there. And as they go there, they start to see, okay, like, nobody's here, and then they realize their cell phones are gone, and there is this game that when they first get into this room, and all these questions kind of bring up, like, questions from their past that is like really sensitive areas, and everybody's like, okay, who's pulling our leg here? As they settle in their dorms, like I said, we go back and forth like 10 years ago to present day. So they have stayed in these dorms before, and there is something that happened in these dorms 10 years ago that Mila is like she has to like revisit, and we get to see kind of like what happened, who she picked, why she picked them. So I really, really did enjoy that part. So as I start to realize there is something going weird, like who brought them here, we start to like uncover more about like the mystery. So we get to know somebody in the gang basically went missing. Now, are they alive? Are they dead? That's like the huge plot twist in this novel. So basically they're haunted at this resort. Somebody wanted them there. They want to basically destroy them. Now, I will say, as you guys know, I read One by One by Ruth Ware, and at first when I got this book, I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to be like the same storyline where like these characters get like murdered one by one and we got to figure out who's doing it? No, this book was completely different. So as I said, these are like all former athletes, and what Allie Reynolds did that I thought was amazing in this book is, like I said, I'm not a snowboarder, but she was able to like interweave the snowboarding world. So like if you're not familiar with it, you want to be familiar with it. And if you are familiar with it, like all of her terms, like I'm sure everybody knows. And she interweaves it in like such an amazing way that I feel like it really did like the whole snowboarding world, the half pipe, everything like that, the training justice. And it really like brings this new perspective. So I feel like I said, I've never been snowboarding, but now I want to go snowboarding. And I feel like that book will do this to you. And she's very descriptive, so like you can even like feel the coldness. You really like can grip the environment that I think is so important, especially in thrillers. And Allie Reynolds did a phenomenal job in that. So these characters, like I said, they're at this resort, and it's not like one by one. They are there trying to uncover like the mystery of the past. Like what happened to this person? Are they possibly still alive? Like a few of them are like dead set against like, no, this person is not alive. But like as you start uncovering more of the mystery, like you don't know, like you're sitting there like scratching your head like, oh, okay, like who's haunting them? Like, is it this character like back from the dead? Or like who is it? And it was an amazing whodunit book. I did not know the whodunit like in it, and I was like freaked out as I was reading it. I was like, oh my gosh, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And then in between all that, we do get romance, and I really enjoyed the romance in this book. Mila, Curtis, now we have Heather, Dale, and Brent. Now, again, I'm not going to give you guys any clues about the romance, but I will say romance is there, and it, like, fulfills everything. I loved it. And something I really did enjoy about this book, too, is Allie Reynolds kept the characters, like, she didn't try to, like, write them perfect. I really enjoyed the ending of this book because we get to see, like, she's not sugarcoating these characters. She stays true to them, like, even in, like, to the last line of the book, which I really did enjoy. And I will say, like, the last line of the book, there is a mystery that is revealed, and it happens in, like, the last 5 seconds of this book. And I did not see it coming. Like, I kind of, as you're reading it, you suspect the ending of the book, but then, like, it's never really touched on. And then when you're reading the last section of the book, you're like, oh my gosh. So everything about this book I thought was amazing. I give it a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. This book is a book you want to put at the top of your reading list. Mystery is there, the atmosphere, the plot, the development of the characters, the like relatability of the characters. Loved the characters, the personality of the characters. All the personalities are different too. So you get to relate to like totally different ones. The sports, like the environment of like the sporting world, definitely there. Writing style, definitely there. I thought it was super easy to read, and I thought it was such a fast-paced read. And then finally, just like the overall like layout, like going back and forth between books aren't necessarily always easy, especially in time frames, but Shiver, Allie Reynolds delivered amazing. So again, that is my virtual book review. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for you guys to read this book. If you guys have read this book, comment below and let me know. If you guys have not, check out this book and then let me know your thoughts because I thought it was amazing. Now, I got so many messages on my social media about Shiver. I was so excited to share it with you guys, and all of you guys were like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to read it. And you guys sent in so many questions. I picked out 6, and we're going to be talking about today on Hey, It's Carly Rae's YouTube channel. So let's get started. So the first question that we have is Karen from Instagram. Hey, Karen. You said, who was your favorite character? I really did enjoy the character of Mila. I really did enjoy the character of Curtis. He has like these like dark aspects like in the closet that you don't necessarily suspect. I liked Brent, Dale, I wasn't a huge fan of Heather, but I think that was like the point. I don't know if I answered your question, who my favorite. I loved all of these characters, okay? All of them were amazing, so I can't just pick just one. And that's like never happened to me before, but I loved all these characters. Tyler from Twitter, hey Tyler, you said, how fast did you read this book? In like a day, okay? When I say like I read it in a day, like I don't mean like I sat there in front of the book all day long. This book, like, I read it in a day, like, doing stuff in between. Like, I had to do errands, then I came back and read it, or I brought the book with me, read it in the car. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I was able to do a whole bunch of different stuff and read this book in a day, so that is how fast I read this book. Super fast. Marissa from Facebook. Hey, Marissa, you said, did you have a favorite chapter? If so, which one? My favorite chapter, I'm going to have to say always, like, all of my favorite chapters were between Curtis and Mila. I really, really enjoyed them together, and they were, like, just, like, perfect. I loved them. So anywhere they are, my favorite chapter. And then I really enjoyed, like, all of the snowboarding scenes. That was, like, my second favorite, like, chapters in this book is when, like, that was, like, the central center. And when Mila had to, like, learn to basically fall. That's the only, like, spoiler I'm going to give you. I'm not going to get any more involved in that one, but I will say when you guys read that, that was another one that I really, really enjoyed because I felt like it showed her not only trusting, like, herself and, like, Curtis, but we got to see her develop not just as a character, but, like, as a snowboarder, so I really did enjoy that. Anna from Instagram, hey Anna, you said, how good was the mystery? Mystery was amazing, and I will say I had to peek ahead just a few chapters because I was, like, dying. I was like, I have to know who this person is. And I sometimes like to see, like, when the author stumps me that much, I like to see, okay, I have no idea who this person is. Can I see if they've given anything away? Allie Reynolds did not. Like, it was amazing how she did this mystery. Brandon from Facebook. Hey, Brandon. You said, did you have to be a snowboarder or skier to enjoy this thriller? Again, no, which was another reason why I love this book. You don't have to be a snowboarder or skier to fall in love with Allie Reynolds' Shiver. And like I said, I'm not, and I absolutely loved this book. Caroline from Twitter. Hey, Caroline. You said, did you enjoy the 2 time frames? Yes, I enjoyed the 2 time frames. Amazing. I thought she did a, like, brilliant job. It was so easily, beautifully written, like, in between the 2 time frames. You don't lose any of the, like, fastness of the plot, and it goes along great. I thought she did an amazing job with the 2 time frames. I enjoyed everything about that. That concludes today's Q&A session on Hey, It's Carly-Rae. I hope you guys enjoyed this amazing virtual book review as much as me because this book is like my favorite book. I love the mystery, the romance, the characters, the setting. Everything about this book is 5 out of 5. I definitely recommend it. So if you guys are on social media and you guys want to see more from Hey, It's Carly-Rae, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Hey, It's Carly-Rae. You guys can also go to Twitter and follow me at Hey, It's Carly-Rae1. You guys can also go to Pinterest and follow me at Hey, It's Carly-Rae. And if you guys are on Facebook, you guys can follow me at Hey, It's Carly-Rae. And then if you guys want to join my group, it's Hey, It's Carly-Rae's book club. If you guys are on Tumblr, you guys can also follow me on there at Hey, It's Carly-Rae. I hope you guys enjoyed today's virtual book review of Shiver. I loved this book, and I cannot wait to hear more about what you guys think of this book. So be sure to comment below, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you guys have a great day.